It's 5 years since the murder of George Floyd by a Minneapolis police officer.
Thousands of people gathered in that city today to remember Floyd and reflect on that moment that ushered in a racial reckoning across the country. Reporter Leon Purvis has more from Minneapolis.
Today was a service to commemorate 5 years since the murder of George Floyd. And at the service was a man who witnessed that murder 5 years ago. And he details what it's like for him 5 years later.
I can't breathe, man. Please. It was horrible to watch a man cry for his mom. And there was nothing we can do to help this man.
Charles McMillan remembers May 25th, 2020 like it was yesterday.
I do go through stress. It have affected me 5 years of my life with pain.
McMillan tells us he cried with George Floyd. So did the world when they saw first Darnella Frazier's video and then the police body cam footage. His death sparked protests demanding change and policing.
If I hadn't have been here at the time this happened, I feel that David Schroeder would have got away with the murder.
You saw what systemic racism, you saw what hatred, you saw what power and control, and you've seen the way that people of color have been getting treated throughout time.
George Floyd's uncle, Selwyn Jones, tells Fox he found out about his nephew's murder the next day when his sister called him.
That was my buddy. That was my nephew that I'd seen since 1973. Since I had played with and hollered at and screamed at and hung out with.
Jones says he doesn't believe in grieving, but prefers to fight racial injustice and advocate for others as he keeps George Floyd's name alive.
This is a tribute to my nephew. This is what change means to me. I can't breathe, I can't work, I can't live.
Through this whole weekend, we've asked people, have things changed the past 5 years? And some say yes, but there's still more that needs to be done, while others feel as though nothing has changed at George Floyd Square. Reporting in Minneapolis, Leon Purvis.
And a remembrance ceremony for George Floyd was also held in the city of Houston, where Floyd was buried.
Say his name! Say his name!
Civil rights attorney Benjamin Crump joined Reverend Al Sharpton to lead the service. Floyd's brother also speaking out about the toll his death took and the fight for police reform in Floyd's memory.
We walked this earth doing everything we supposed to do. We marched. We did everything we could to put people out to do things, to fight for George. Not just George, it was Breonna Taylor, it was Ahmaud Arbery, it was Stephon Clark. People did a lot. History will record these moments, how we stood up for our children, we spoke up for our children, and we fought for our children to get equal justice under the law.
Legal settlements following Floyd's death included reforms within the Minneapolis Police Department. Last week, the Trump administration announced those settlements and reforms would be retracted.